Hi everyone, it's Kino. Today I wanted to share with you a nice, easy, relaxing stretch that can really help you with a wide leg straddle. So that's like a split where the legs are all the way out to the side. This doesn't come in the Ashtanga practice until 4th series, so really it would just be for entertainment or for a little bit of extra relaxation and stretching. Now, a really great way to work on opening tight areas of the body is to create a format for your body to just surrender and release. Wherever there's tightness, instead of fighting with the body in those places of tightness, you want to look at how you can surrender, open, flow with more grace and ease and comfort. So a great way to do that is to take the weight of support out of the body and use it something like a wall. So in this version, we're going to get up nice and close to the wall. And you're going to set your butt up really close to the wall until the pelvis is lined up all the way against the wall. So you want to go all the way forward, all the way forward. And then you're going to start off nice and easy in Viparita Karani, which is legs up the wall, okay? So this is really easy and you just want to be, as comfortable as possible. I'd recommend you start off with a little bit of a point in the toe and then press the heel into the ground, and this is just going to help the heads of the thigh bone descend all the way into the pelvis. Then, when you're ready to start working on the straddle, then you just slowly, externally rotate the hip joints, let the legs widen. The danger with that is if your pelvis tips too much to the back, you want to make sure that the pelvis stays pressed up against the wall, okay? So, the tools that we have to work with are you're going to press your heels into the wall while you really push the pelvis forward. If you find yourself slipping, you can take your hands back and just make sure that you give enough weight, but not too much, to create stress so that the pelvis remains in the wall. With the strength of the pelvic floor, you can reach forward and down towards the wall as the legs really widen and widen. Now, if you want to add a little bit of activity into the stretch, you can engage the quadriceps and press the heels into the wall and press your pelvis forward. You want to relax the inner thighs as much as possible and just let yourself become, surrender into the posture, relax and release. You'll feel a nice pull around the inner thigh. You might even feel a little burning around the hip joints. If you feel a pull or a tug in your knee, that's not really what we want to do. So you want to make sure you press the heel down, maybe a little bend in the knee. But if you bend the knee, it's not as deep of a stretch. Or you could come a little bit, out of the posture. The longer you stay, the deeper the stretch is, so you might even be able to wiggle your heels a little lower, wiggle the heels a little lower. When you do that, be sure if the pelvis comes away from the wall, just take your hands back behind and shift your pelvis forward so the pelvis is really thrusting into the wall. You can hold down and just kind of, wiggle yourself forward. When you can stay here comfortably for a while, then you can really feel the relaxation benefits. Bring your attention to your breath and just watch the breath move in and watch the breath move out. You start to feel burning sensations inside of the pelvis as long as it's located around, right around the area we're targeting, around the hip joints, around the inner thighs. That's all part of the process. One other thing that you can do if you want to, take it a little bit deeper, you can hold onto your inner thighs and pull them forward and down. This is going to help them stretch a little bit more. As long as your weight is being supported by the wall, that should be totally safe, totally comfortable. The next thing that you can do is you can give a little support under your thighs, and that should create a little more relaxation. Your heels might be able to wiggle towards the ground. As you can see, I still have a few inches until I hit the floor, so I could probably stay here for a little bit longer. If your legs start to fall asleep, that probably means it's time to come out, but that nice deep opening around the groin and around the pelvis is what we want. If you feel the pelvis far away from the wall, hands back and scoot yourself down, pulling yourself forward. Breathe into the sensations in the pelvis. Keep a little activation in the floor, the pelvic floor, but not so much that you're tensing. I'm starting to feel a nice burn around the hip joints. Pressing the pelvis into the wall. When you're ready to come out, I don't know, it seems like you've been there about for a minute or maybe 2. Well, you could stay for as much as 5 minutes as long as the sensation's not too intense. You want to hold on to your knees, just to make sure that they come up nice and easy. And then slowly, about halfway, get comfortable there. Slowly, again halfway the distance, until you get all the way back up to Viparita Karani. Bring your pelvis back. And just hang out there for a moment and let yourself descend back into the neutral position. Maybe place your hands right here, a couple nice long breaths. And then you're ready to come out. Bend your knees and roll over to the side. And that was a nice long openness all the way through the inner thigh. Hope that helps so that you can find a sense of relaxation, openness, grace, and ease in all the places of tightness in your body.